Okay, there's something that I've been kind of thinking about. It kind of bothers me. Um, that I don't really understand. Um, that is the best guitarist of all time. Let me just show you guys this. Um, so already we can see Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page. Okay, well those are the usual contenders. Um, but what I don't understand is their music sounds like but okay, let me just look at the Rolling Stones list. I've already seen this list, but I just want to refresh my memory. I'm just gonna go all the way down here. See, so many freaking classic rock artists. Um, okay, like Paul Simon. Okay, Dimebag Darrell's a middle one. Okay, but let's see, Bonnie Raitt. Okay, women. Okay, but all right, let's just skip to the bottom because that's what I care about. Here we go. Okay, see, we're getting to things like my dad's favorite, like musicians. All right, old classic rock stuff. And I do acknowledge that these guitarists are quite good. Okay. But there's one thing. Okay, so let me just, before I say this, let me just look at the top three, okay? So Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, and Jimi Hendrix. Okay. Great guitarists. Alright. That was probably the expected top three right there. But let's compare, for example, let's say Led Zeppelin and my new favorite band, Dragon Force. Now, who do you think is the better guitarist? Alright. That excerpt from Led Zeppelin is so simple. I mean, it was like, come on. But Dragon Force is like, musically just so complex. And I don't know how you can't consider Herman Lee like one of the best guitarists of all time. I mean, like, I don't really understand that. Because he's obviously amazing. Like, if you've seen him live, he's just so smooth. I mean, wow. And also, another thing. Greatest drummers of all time. Let me just search that real quick. Okay, John Bonham, right there. Okay. Let's think about John Bonham. Okay. Let's listen to another Led Zeppelin excerpt. Okay. I think I'm just gonna play Dear Maker, or however you say it. Yeah, so that was just, simple, beat stuff. Like, okay, that's 4-beat. That's like, that is the most simple drum beat ever. This is the greatest drummer of all time. I mean, alright, let's just listen to another one to prove that I'm not cherry picking here. All My Love. This is the same thing. Okay? What the heck? Okay, yeah, this is the greatest drummer of all time. Obviously. I mean, just listen to that. I mean, come on. Alright, let me just go to this song real quick. Let me just play you, this is Dave McIntosh, alright, of Dragon Force. You cannot tell me that John Bonham is better than Dave McIntosh after hearing this. I mean, seriously. When you just hear that complexity, that big bass drum, like, you need a lot of endurance for that. It's like you're going constantly, like, on your legs, like, and he probably has 10 cymbals around him. 5 or more toms. I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is, why do people think that classic rock has the best musicians of all time? They confuse the best bands of all time, the best songwriting, the best innovation, with the best instrumentalist. Like, I just really do. I don't understand why they are being biased here. And they're saying, oh, what's the best band of all time? Led Zeppelin. Okay. So who's the drummer of that band? John Bonham. Okay, well, he's the best drummer of all time then. Does that make any sense? No. Now, please don't get this, oh shoot. Please don't get this confused, okay? I am not bashing John Bonham. I, really appreciate what he's done to music. I really appreciate his innovation, whatever it may be, but, like, you just can't say he's the greatest drummer of all time. I mean, it's just insane. Now, Neil Peart was on that list that I showed a minute ago. Neil Peart is very good. He is close to one of the best. Let me just play you Tom Sawyer. And like this drum part in the middle here, it's very impressive. I mean, 7/4 time signature. That was very cool, that drum fill stuff. And he might as well be one of the greatest. But let me tell you, that just does not compare to Dave McIntosh of Dragon Force. I mean, and G. Anzalone. However, I'm not Italian. I'm sorry for butchering that. But let me just play you this real quick. So this is The Game by Dragon Force from their 2014 album. I don't know what the album's called, but I guess I'm not that big of a fan. But now G is not as good as Dave, not as enthusiastic, not as complex, but this is still very impressive right here, this clip. I mean, granted, this may be a very similar beat to what you find in most Dragon Force tracks. But the fact that he needs to do that bass pattern with that amount of endurance, I mean, that's insane. Like, the that's the bass drum part. Which is, oh my gosh. You must need, like, ripped legs. Like, you just have to be very good. I mean, what else can I say? So, and finally, let me just show you Dave McIntosh by himself. Just freaking incredible. I mean, I don't know how you can think like John Bonham is better than that. I mean, and again, I'm sorry to just pick on John Bonham. It's like nothing against the guy. I mean, rest in peace. But like, wow, just take any classic rock band, the Beatles. Okay, Ringo Starr. Is he the best drummer of all time? Heck no. Um, I mean, people just think like, okay, they're associated with one of the greatest bands of all time. They must be the greatest drummer of all time. I mean, like, man, people need to rethink things. So, my conclusion to this is, and this can be very cringy, but metal is the superior music. It's the most complex. It's lyrically, it's great. I mean, Dragon Force's music is like video game music. So, it's very abstract, very fantasy themed. Not very relevant to like real life struggles. But if you look at, other bands, wish I could think of some right now. I've certainly heard like Breaking Benjamin. I mean, they're not necessarily metal, but Ember, their 2018 album was very metal influenced. Very, very lyrically a masterpiece. I mean, talk about these struggles, like things that go on in their lives. I mean, it's just very profound, I don't know, Avenged Sevenfold, although I don't really agree with some of their satanic lyrics. Well, I mean, it's not actually satanic, but, the themes in it. I don't really appreciate that as a Christian, but, just, some of their music's just very, very meaningful, And you hear these pop songs about, wanting to, like Ariana Grande, singing about sex and stuff, and like, Nicki Minaj, rapping about drugs and pimping and, I know I sound very old, but like, really, I mean, I do enjoy occasionally, some pop music, but, I just don't see how people can like that as much as like, Dragon Force, or like anything like that, really. I mean, Dragon Force is my favorite band. Gonna defend them, and I'm willing to hear criticism though of them and of my opinion. So please let me know in the comments, what you think of this video. So I hope I got my message across. Metal, greatest. Well, not Slayer. Like that's just disgusting. I mean, like I just don't know how people can listen to that unironically. I mean, one of my good friends, he likes that kind of music, like screamo stuff. And then Killswitch Engage is another screamo. I cherry pick some of their songs and listen to them, but it's not like, I don't like their tough, what people generally think of when they think of metal, screaming, I forgot what the actual name is called of that, but Death Howl, something like that, I don't know, but, yeah, so, that's my opinion, that's it from me, guys.